Hi there, Mr. Muhammed is here. This is Oxford Complete Mathematics, Unit 7. It's about graphs, and 7.1 is about linear graphs. This tutorial is the extension of the previous tutorial. Now we're going to draw the graph for each equation here. For each question, we have three equations. Then the three lines together, they form up a polygon, and then we have to write the coordinate of the vertices of each polygon. Now question 11, the first equation is y equals x. To draw the graph of y equals x, if you can memorize this, it's just one perfectly diagonal straight line, or the table can help x values, y values. If x be equal to 1, y is also equal to 1. Because the equation is like this, y is equal to x. Y is also 1 because the equation is like this, y is equal to x. If x be equal to 2, y is also 2, and so on. So the xy axis, as the question wants, the x from negative 1 to 3, and the y from negative 4 to 14. This time, since it's the first question in this tutorial, I didn't use any scale. I just draw a perfect xy axis just like the question wants. Then the first line for the first equation is just a perfect diagonal line that passes through 0, 0. The question wants the graph from negative 1 on x-axis, means from here, and up to 3 on x-axis. Now it's here. Here is negative 1. And y is equal to x, means the point negative 1, 3, 3, 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, they are all on this graph. The second equation, y equals 8 minus 4x. Y equals 8 minus 4x. Now let's draw the graph of this equation. Then this is x value, and we work out y value. Again, it should be from negative 1 to 3, the values of x. Then let's say negative 1, then 0, then let's say 3. Then if we put negative 1 in place of this x, we will have, if x be equal to negative 1, then y is 8 minus 4 times negative 1. 4 times negative 1 is equal to negative 4. Then we will have 8 minus negative 4, which is 8 plus 4, 12. If we put 0 in place of x, 4 times 0 is 0, 8 minus 0 is 8, and 3 in place of x, 4 times 3 is 12, 8 minus 12 is negative 4. Now let's plot these 3 points and join them to get the graph of the second equation. Now the first point is negative 1, 12. Negative 1 in x-axis is here. 12 on y-axis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is the first point. Second point is 0, 8. 0 is in the center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the second point. And the third point is 3, negative 4. 3 is here, negative 4 is right here. 3, negative 4, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4. Now all the 3 points must line up on a straight line. Here you go. This is the second line. And the third equation, y equals 4x. Y equals 4x is the third equation. Again, we're going to put some values for x and find the values of y. Now, again, between negative 1 and 3, if we put negative 1 in place of x, y will be 4 times negative 1, negative 4. If we put 0 in place of x, y will be 4 times 0, which is 0. And if we put 3 in place of x, y will be 4 times 3, which is 12, according to the question. Now we got 3 points, let's plot them. The first point is -1, -4. -1 here, -4 is there. This is the point, -1, -4. Then 0, 0. 3, 12. Here is 12. 3, 12 is right here. Join them. Do they line up? Yes, so the calculation is correct. This polygon, what is between them is a triangle, so this is the only polygon that appears between these lines. So the vertices of this polygon, as the question requires, this vertex is 1, the x is 1 of this vertex, and the y is 1, 2, 3, 4. The first vertex of the polygon is 1, 4. The second vertex, the question says as accurate as your graph gives. Then it's more than half, it means it's more than 1.5. Let's say it's 1.7, the x, and the y is also 1.7. What's the reason of saying 1.7, 1.7? Because this point is on this red line, and on this red line all the x's are equal to the y's. Because this red line is the graph of y equals x, means all the x's are equal to their y's. And finally, the third coordinate is the easiest. It's on the origin, which is 0, 0. Now we got the coordinate of all the vertices of the polygon, then done. Question 2 has the exact same idea. So question 2 is your task. The graph of y is equal to 1. It's a horizontal line that passes through 1 on y-axis, and the line doesn't cross x-axis. Question 13. A is y equals 3x, and the xy axis is here. The x-axis should be between -2 and 5. We can cover from -2 to 5 on this x-axis. And the y-axis is from -9 to 8. We can cover from -9 to 8 on y-axis here in this xy axis. Now, to draw the graph of the first equation, as usual, we start by drawing a table like this. Pick some values for x in this interval from -2 to 5, and then we're going to work out their y's. Then the first value of x, let's say it's -2, 0, 5. Let's see how this works. -2, whatsoever x is, y will be multiplied by 3. If x be equal to -2, y is 3 times -2, which is -6. If x be 0, 3 times 0 is 0. If x be 5, 3 times 5 is 15. Now we got 3 points. Let's plot them. The first point is -2 and -6. -2 on x-axis is here. -6. -2 is here. -6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the first point. Second point is 0, 0. And the third point is 5, 15. 5, 15 is exceeding the y-axis that the question wants, so we're going to reject this. We don't plot this point. Let's pick 3 for it. 3 times 3 is 9, because it gives the same graph. 3 on x-axis is here, 9 on y-axis is here. So done. All the 3 points, they form up a straight line. So it's perfect. Now let's join them. This graph, something went wrong because all the 3 points, they don't line up. Let's check. 0, 0, 3, 9 is correct, but let's see, is it 9 steps? 3 on x-axis is here. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 is here. It's 1 step higher. Now let's check. Does it match? Yes, that's good because you can quickly check if something went wrong. Now we got the graph of the first equation. The second equation is y equals 5 minus x. The graph of this equation must be something that goes down from left to right. This line is decreasing because the x is negative. So again, some values of x, some values of y. Between negative 2 and 5, if we put negative 2 in place of x, then we will have 5 minus negative 2. Minus minus will be plus. 5 plus 2 is 7. As calculator is allowed in both papers, you can check these quickly with calculator to save time. And then if we put 0, 5 minus 0 is 5. 5 minus 5 is 0. Now let's plot these 3 points together. Negative 2, 7. Negative 2 is here. 7 on y-axis. This is 9, 8, 7. This is negative 2, 7. 0, 5. 0 in x is here. 5 in y is here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, correct. Then 5 in x-axis is here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0 in y-axis means stay on the x-axis. Now let's join them. Do they form up a straight line? Yes, it means everything is correct about this line. And the third equation is y equals x minus 4. Since we have three equations, all the three graphs together, they form up a triangle. Now y equals x minus 4. Then x values, y values. If we put negative 2 for x, we will have negative 2 minus 4. They both negative, we're going to add them. Negative 6, 0, 0 minus 4 is negative 4, and 5. 5 minus 4 is 1. We got 3 more points. Let's plot them. The first one is negative 2, negative 6. Negative 2 on x-axis is here, negative 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's right here. 0, negative 4. 0 is in the center. Negative 4 is 4 steps down. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the point. And 5, 1. 5 is here. 1 is right there. Join them. Now again, we see a triangle between them. What are the vertices of the triangle? This is the triangle between them. This is the only polygon formed by these straight lines. This is the triangle. The vertices of this triangle, this one, as accurate as the drawing gives, we can say it's 1 point. The x is 1.2 because it's less than halfway, so it's less than 1.5. Let's say the x for this point is 1.2, and the y is 1, 2, 3, 3.6. The coordinate of this point is 4.5 and 0.5. The x is 4.5 because this is 5, this is 4. Between them is 4.5, and the y is 0.5 because it's between 0 and 1. The coordinate of this point is this one, negative 2, negative 6. Done. We got the coordinate of each vertex. Question 13, done. In question 14, this time we have 4 equations. So all of them together, they're going to form up a quadrilateral A. The equation is y equals negative x. Then to get some points on this equation, x is here, y is there. Whatsoever x is, y is the negative of it. So if x be equal to 1, y will be negative 1 because y is negative x. If x be equal to 0, 0 does not have sign, y is also 0. If x be equal to negative 3, y is positive 3 because it will be negative, negative 3, that will be positive 3. But according to the x-axis interval, for question 14, the numbers should be between -2 and 5. -3 will not go in this interval, so we're going to simply pick -2. If x be equal to -2, y will be +2. If x be equal to 5, y will be -5. Now, we need a 10 by 5 xy axis to cover all of the possible outcomes. This is the xy axis. Now let's plot the points. The first point is 1, -1. So remember, as the line of y is equal to x is a diagonal line like this, y is equal to -x is the opposite of it. Now we got the graph of the first equation. Second equation, y is equal to 3x plus 6. The second equation in question 14 is y equals 3x plus 6. To draw the graph of this equation, we need a table for x and y values, and the x values should be between -2 and 5. The -2, 0, 5. 3 values of x are enough. Then we need to work out 3 values of y. For each x, 1 value of y. Then if we put -2 in place of this x, we will have 3 times -2, which is -6, plus 6, it will be 0. If we put 0 in place of x, it will be 3 times 0, 0, plus 6, 6. And if we put 5 in place of x, 3 times 5 is equal to 15, plus 6 is equal to 21. 21 exceeds the y-axis, the range of y-axis. So we're going to pick another value for x. Let's say 2. If x be equal to 2, y will be 3 times 2, 6, plus 6, 12. It's also exceeding. If we put 1 in place of x, 3 times 1 is 3, plus 6 is 9. So 1 and 9. This is a good one. So we're going to plot these 3 because we can feed these 3 points on this xy axis that we have. Then -2, 0. -2, 0 is right here. -2 in x-axis is here. 0 in y-axis means stay on the -2 here. Then 0 in x is here. 6 in y. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it. And 1, 9. 1 is here. 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these are the 3 points we need to plot the graph, to draw the graph of y equals 3x plus 6. So this is the graph. This graph is from -2 to 1. So if we extend it, which we don't need, okay, that's it. The second one, part B. Part C, y is equal to 8, is just a straight line passing through 8 on y-axis. 8 on y-axis is right here, and then y is equal to 8. The graph of this equation is just a straight line passing through 8 on y-axis. There is no x. The graph of this equation doesn't cross x-axis at all. And finally, x is equal to 3 and 1 over 2. 3 and 1 over 2 is 3.5. Then it's a vertical line passing through 3.5 on x-axis. 3.5 on x-axis is right here. This is the middle between 3 and 4. And this straight line is the graph of x equals 3 and 1 over 2. Now the quadrilateral, the enclosed quadrilateral between all of these lines is here. This is the quadrilateral, and the vertices of this quadrilateral are as follows. The first vertex is here. The x of this vertex, the x is 3 and 1 over 2 as it's given in the question, and the y is 1, 2, 3, it's -3 and 1 over 2. Another clue that these two look the same, but only their signs are different because they are on this black line. So on this black line, every y is the same as the negative x. So the x is this, the y is the negative version of it. We got the first vertex, and this is the coordinate of it. Here, this point, it looks like it's in the middle. Then again, this point is on the black line. So whatsoever x is, y is the opposite sign of it. So this is -1.5. Then the x here is -1.5. The x is -1.5. So the y must be negative means +1.5. Another vertex is here. So the x for this vertex, the x is more than 1.5. We can say the x is 1.6 and the y is 8 because it's on this red line, and on this red line y is 8. And this vertex, the y is 8 because it's on the red line, and the x is 3/1/2 because it crosses this green line that represents 3/1/2 on x-axis. Now we got all the coordinates of all the 4 vertices of this quadrilateral. Question 14 done. Then I hope you find it useful. Comment below whatever question you have. Thank you for watching.